Hey y'all, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Today we're hopping along with Team Tiny for the hashtag Team Tiny November 2022 hop. These are the two cards that I'm going to make today, a couple of mini slimlines. The theme this month is Christmas or holiday, and these are Christmas cards. So we'll get started with my process, and then I'll tell you about the hop, and then I'll come back to the process. So this card panel is a piece of, I don't know if it's 6x6, maybe it's 8x8. It's Canson XL watercolor card. I had been playing with my stencils a few months ago, and this was left over from that. The background is I think it's called Vintage Script Stencil from Sweet and Sassy Stamps. And I am using some of the beautiful new mica sprays, as well as some distress stains. Yeah, the spray stains. I do have one oxide that I get out here in a little bit, and I use that down the middle just to kind of, it adds a little bit more grunge. And so I'm just going to go back and forth with this process, spraying and drying and spraying and drying and flicking and wetting and all the things. Let me tell you about the hop. So in case you're unaware, Team Tiny is a Facebook group where a bunch of crafters, most of us are YouTubers and card makers or paper crafters, and we get together once a month. I shouldn't say we, because I'm very seldom able to do it anymore, but they get together, and I'm honored to participate when I can. They get together once a month, and there are different themes each month, and they just get together to create, to share the love of card making and paper crafting and creativity, and get to know each other. They are all, well, how do I say it? Each of us has less than 1,000 subscribers, and that's what makes us tiny, Team Tiny, because once someone hits 1,000 subscribers, they have the opportunity to become monetized on YouTube. So for several of us, that's our absolute goal, is to become monetized and keep growing from there. For others of us, not so much. For me, it's being on YouTube is more about the connection and the sharing the creativity and gaining some more creativity and ideas from you guys. And again, it's just that connectivity for me. But regardless of what anybody's purpose for being on YouTube is, we are all here and we are sharing our love and sharing it with you once a month. And again, the theme this month is Christmas or holiday, and each of us has a different take on it. So I encourage you to use the hashtag Team Tiny November 2022 hop, and that will create a playlist, so to speak, and you can hop along from one creator to the next. Now, sometimes we're able to have giveaways. This month we are not, but there might be individual creators who have a giveaway on their channel, so you want to make sure that you hop along and see what each person has to offer, because what they have to offer may very well be a giveaway. I don't know for a fact that anybody this time does, but it's not uncommon. So hop along, watch the videos, share the love, give some positive feedback, like, subscribe, all those good things. YouTube really likes that kind of interaction. It's not so much just about the watching, which we love it when you watch. We want you to watch. That's why we're here. But YouTube appreciates the interaction more than that. So anyway, back to my card. You can see that there have been many, many layers, many steps going into creating this one background panel that will become two different cards. I have had a blast. I love getting messy and I love grunge, but I also love the combination or the juxtaposition of elegance and grunge. And so to me, that's kind of the epitome of these two cards once they're done. Now I have that milky white paint. It's kind of a creamy ecru, whatever you want to call it. It's not the pure white. That's why I showed the two together. It is just regular old acrylic paint. You can see I'm brayering it out on my surface and then putting it on that card panel, because I wanted to add some more texture and some more dimension and layers, and of course make that beautiful script pop. And I can't not do splatter, y'all. I gotta do some splatter. So that was super wet. I set it aside to dry, and now I have these beautiful stamped images from the Gina K, I believe it was called Sparkling Season. It was her Stamp Timber exclusive. I was lucky and blessed enough to get my hands on one of these. I don't buy into the the frenzy of stamp timber most of the time, but this year I actually was able to get several of them. I think 3 that I really wanted, but I'm very happy, and these are absolutely stunning. So I can't remember if this is Duralar. It is Duralar. It's not regular acetate. Duralar is a little bit more sturdy. Yeah, you can check it out. I'll try to have it linked and listed downstairs, and you can go explore and investigate about Duralar. I love it. It's pretty sturdy, but I used a lot of anti-static powder because I did not want any of that embossing powder to stick where it shouldn't. So as you can see, I heat set it. I used a low setting so that the Duralar wouldn't melt, but just back and forth from the back to the front. When it started to melt, I'd put the heat on the other side, and it just kind of went back and forth until it was fully melted on both pieces. And they are stunning. And this elegance up against the grunge of the background just blows my mind. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So for this one, you can see that, I'm sorry I'm off screen there, but you can see that I'm sandwiching the Duralar between those 2 frames. Now, these frames and the background are die cut out of the notched, stitched mini Slimline dies from Whimsy. So I just put 2 together to create the frames. And now here I'm using double-sided foam tape. It is 1/8 inch wide, and you just go around your edges. Now you want to make sure that when you're doing a shaker like this and you're using some kind of foam tape, you want that adhesive to butt right up against the end. You don't want there to be any gaps, because those beautiful sparkly bits or your shaker pieces or whatever you put inside are not going to stay, because if there's any kind of way out, they're going to go out. Trust me. Trust me. Anybody who's made a shaker card can tell you they will find their way out. So you want to make sure that all those adhesive ends are butted up to each other. And then I just use one of my beautiful Sparkle Blend mixes and just kind of filled that shaker well. And now I'm adding some splatter to the backgrounds. I had to have a little bit more. And then I start adhering the cards. So I have the panel, that beautiful grungy panel, onto the card base, and then I add the shaker element and just shake it around. And it's so pretty, those snowflakey ornaments just hanging like that. I think they're beautiful. And the Sparkle Blends just blend, or they don't blend, they shake around so nicely, and I just love it. So on this one, I'm not making a shaker. I'm still using the frame kind of to bring your eye into the center to focus on that snowflake. But you can see that the Duralar wasn't long enough even to cover the entire length of the frame here. But I really didn't want it to be. I wanted there, because okay, I get excited. So the width or the height is taller than that white frame. So it goes beyond, it extends beyond the borders of the frame. So it draws your eye not only into the snowflake, but also to the edge, because it's like, wait, it doesn't stop. So it adds a little bit of more interest, if you will, to the card. So it gives the eye more to look at. So here I am just using a few more pieces of the Sparkle Blends, and they're beautiful mixes, guys, from Sparkle Blends. And yeah, just using them to add some more dimension, some more color, some more sparkle, if you will, to both of these cards. I think they're stunning. What do you guys think? Both of the sentiments are from that Sparkling Season stamp set by Gina K. And the die, or the die that I used to cut out the sentiments, that one is also from the Notch Stitched Mini Slimline. So guys, I'll have everything linked and listed downstairs. Again, I encourage you, hop along, see everybody, use that hashtag Team Tiny November 2022 hop. Go see what everybody else has to offer. See if anybody's doing a giveaway on their channel. And until next time, guys, this has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy. I appreciate you, and I'll meet you downstairs in the comments. And until then, mwah, I'm out.